Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, most people who are currently on the post-study work visa don't kind of leverage on all of the opportunities they've got being on this visa category. Now, being on the post-study work visa gives you opportunity to do a whole lot of things because at that moment, your visa is not tied to any organization or any institution. So it means that you've got the autonomy, the power to do anything on the visa, of course, legally on that visa in terms of the kind of work you can do, basically what exactly you can do on that visa. And this is the best time to actually leverage on a couple of things. And what I've discovered is most immigrants on the post-study visa don't fully leverage on the potential of that post-study visa. Instead, they spend the time working a whole lot, paying a lot of money back to HMRC, and they don't get to achieve things they could have achieved while on the post-study visa. That's why in this video I'm going to share with you 5 things you need to do while on the post-study visa or immediately after you secured your post-study visa to help you on a long term on getting your permanent residence in the United Kingdom. So if this one is something you'd like to know more about, you're international students, you recently moved on the post-study, or you've been on the post-study visa, you sure do want to watch this video till the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do want to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And by returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. While on the post-study work visa for 2 years, if you did a master's program in the UK, or for 3 years, if you did a PhD program, you're allowed to take up any job. You're allowed, to take up as many hours as you want. No restriction at all while you are on the post-study work visa. And personally, I believe this is the best time to actually harness all of the potential you've got while on the post-study work visa. And the 5 things I see people not doing while on the post-study work visa is what I'll be talking about in this video. And the first one is not building the right credit history. Now, guys, I've seen people, who have been on the post-study work visa, they're not making any effort to build their credit history. And trust me, on a long term, it's something that would definitely affect. Now, I'm going to give an example. I had someone who, I think it was December 2024 to early January 2025, was trying to get a house. And she was able to get a good job after a post-study visa that sponsored her. I mean, within the space of 6 months, she and her partner were able to save up enough money to buy a house. Now, the first thing we did was, had to kind of to go around to do some, house viewing to see the kind of property they can buy, and we were able to see what they could afford. And we spoke to a mortgage advisor, and the first thing they did was to run a credit check, only for them to discover that the husband doesn't have enough credit score for them to be able to get a mortgage. And that was why they were able to lose the opportunity for a property that would, they would have gotten at a good price. And now they have to wait for the husband credit score to go up before they can buy the property. So that's the first thing is most immigrants are not taking their credit score history. Now, the UK government or the UK generally, is a place whereby you need to be credit worthy for you to be able to access so many things. So if you don't have a good credit score, you can access so many other things. Yeah. One of the ways to build your credit score is to get a credit card. And, I think I got my own first credit card while I was studying, and even though the limit was not a lot, I think I got £200 on my first credit card here in the country. And immediately I finished my master's program, I was able to apply for another credit card, which I think I got about £4,000 limit. That was the first time I got, a proper credit score after my master's program. And that credit card has really helped me, build my credit score that, helped me eventually buy a house. But, I bought a house in the country, was able to buy, my dream car and all of those interesting stuff. So getting your credit score sorted while on the post-study visa is a very great idea. And one of the ways to do that is to get yourself a credit card. Now, if you're looking at getting a credit card, you might probably want to check out Amex. I've got a link in the description of this video where you can click on that link and get your Amex card sorted. You can get a limit as high as £10,000 for you to spend. And of course, make sure you pay back or you get to incur certain level of interest rates. So not building your credit score is one of the major mistakes I've seen people on the post-study visa make. And I think you should definitely avoid making such. And the second mistake I've seen people make is not building or setting up a business. Now, while on this post-study visa, we've got a chance or you've got the ability to set up a business. And the whole idea of asking people to set up businesses is because now, if you're someone who have got a business idea or you're looking at getting into business in the future, setting up your business while on the post-study visa is a good idea because setting up the business, you're able to create some level of history of you running a business. And if towards the end of a program or towards the end of a post-study work visa, you still find it difficult to, get yourself a skilled worker visa, you can always leverage on the successes from that business to apply for other visa categories like Global Talent Visa, Innovator Founder Visa. And also someone that started, a training company. I think a month after his postdoc visa is into web development, website creation, and all of that. And started the business, was training people on how to create website. And about a year, 2 months after, he was able to kind of build some level of income into the business. He was able to have track record of students who, he has trained, who were able to, also get into the web development space. And we're able to leverage on all of those, experiences, and we're able to get in a global talent visa. We got endorsement from Technician, and we're able to get a global talent visa because he has been able to prove himself as a leader in the tech space by training multiple people through that same business. Now, so getting out of business is a good idea because you can always leverage on that to, look at applying for other visa categories if you eventually are not able to get a company that would sponsor your visa. And the third mistake I've seen people make is not having a driver's license. Now, this happened a couple of weeks ago. Someone was, our visa was expiring, and we were in elder schedule trying to get, what job can she get? How can she stay back in the country? And we were able to get a job, a company who was willing to provide a sponsorship. However, one of the requirements for the sponsorship is that she must have a UK driver's license. And we spoke to her. Can you, provide your UK driver's license so we can speak to this employer and get you the job because they're willing to sponsor? Only for her to tell us that she doesn't even have a provisional driver's license. I'm like, even if you don't have a full provisional, if you don't have a full driver's license, at least you should have a provisional license. So we spoke to the employer. The employer was like, okay, yeah, for 6 months she wouldn't be she wouldn't be working alone. She'd be working alongside with someone else. So what they can do to help is they can provide if she can provide a provisional license, she will be able to drive the car. However, she's going to have the person she'll be partnering with on the job with her. The person has a full license for over 3 years, so the person can only sit with her while she drive to work and get all of the job done. And unfortunately, she doesn't even have a provisional license in the first place. So we have to start running helter skelter, sending applications to DVLA to make sure she get that provisional driver's license before she was able to eventually, secure the job. So guys, make sure you have your driver's license sorted. You can even get it sorted whilst studying. I got my provisional license while I was studying, and within 8 months after my master's program, I was able to pass my theory test and also my practical test, and I got my full driver's license here in the UK. So getting a driver's license is really, really important, especially for immigrants, because there are some jobs that will require you to have the license before you can give you the job. I remember getting called for an interview for a marketing job in London sometime in 2022, and one of the requirements, or one of the major reasons why I didn't get a job was because they needed someone that has a full driver's license, which at that time I only had a provisional license, so I'd eventually get a job. So getting your driver's license sorted is really, really important for you as an immigrant. And the best time to do this is while you're on the post-study work visa, because while studying, you're probably busy, you can prepare for theory tests and all of those things. But when you're in the post-study work visa, you have more time, you have more, control over the kind of job you want to do and all of that. So yeah, getting this sorted is really, really important. And the fourth thing I've seen, or the fourth mistake I've seen people make is not building the right technical skills while they are on the post-study work visa. Guys, now this is me being very sincere with you. Getting a job in the UK right now in 2025 is highly competitive, and before you can eventually land yourself a job, you must have something that so many other applicants don't have. And building the right technical skills is definitely the way to go. I posted some videos on my Instagram page. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can check out the link in the description. I posted a video on my Instagram where I had interview calls with some of our students on Tech Drive who recently got a job, in data analytics, and many of them keep saying the fact that, when I jump on the training, I had zero knowledge, I had zero experience, and it's super exciting to see them go through the whole application process, getting rejections. So on some of those applications, getting called for interviews, and eventually landing themselves this, data analyst job. And one of the things that stood out is the fact that they were able to spend the time, the resources to build the right technical skills. So if you're looking at getting into any role in the UK, it doesn't necessarily need to be tech. You need to make sure you have good knowledge of what is required for this role and start building it. If it's for you to do certification, you want to go into project management. If you're not planning to write a place too, I've got no idea how you plan getting a project management job. You want to get into HR and you have no plan of getting your CIPD done. I really don't have an idea on how you're planning to get the HR job. So building the right technical skills while you're on the post-study visa is non-negotiable for you to, eventually get a skilled worker visa that you can then be on for 5 years to eventually get your permanent residency here in the United Kingdom. Now, while on the post-study visa, the fifth mistake I see people make is not networking and taking up voluntary roles. Now, on the postgraduate visa, as I said, is the best time for you to do a whole lot of things. You are not tied to an employer, you're not tied to an organization or to an institution. This is the best time for you to network and take up some voluntary roles. Now, I've got someone who was able to get a visa waiver because she volunteered for the city council, and the mayor of the city council, the MP for the city council was able to issue a kind of recommendation letter, which helped him secure not just a visa waiver, was also able to apply for um, a visa category that helps him to stay back in the UK. So volunteering, networking, having conversation with people who are in the field that you're on or the field you're planning to get into is really, really non-negotiable. A testimony of that. Trying to get into data analytics, speaking with people who are in data analytics really helped me in landing a couple of job offers at the early stage of my career in the United Kingdom. I hope you find this video resourceful. If there are things you think I did mention that you need to do while on the postgraduate visa, please state those things in the comment section. If you're able to share your journey with us also in the comment section, that will really inspire someone out there trying to get into the UK job market. I hope you find this video resourceful. If you do, click on the like button, click on the red subscribe button if you're coming across this channel for the first time. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being there. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.